Hello, leader. Today I'm making a presentation about leadership and management. You see, many people find leadership and management to be confusing. Well, I agree that leadership and management are related terms, but actually, they are not precisely the same things. And that's why today I'm making three important differences so it becomes clear for you so you stop confusing leadership with management. Now, by definition, leadership is really the ability of an individual to influence, to motivate, and to enable others to contribute toward the success of an organization. In this case, it can be an organization where you are working as a team leader, or it can be your own business. And so it's important for you to be able to appreciate this. Whereas on the other side, management is really about control. It's making sure that everyone in your team or everyone in the business is doing specific actions that have been delegated to them, specific tasks that have been given them. So that is what management is. But let's talk about the differences between the two in terms of one, focus of the leader's effort. Now, leadership is about getting people to understand and believe in your vision and to work alongside that vision so they can go to where you envision them to be. Okay? And it tends to be long term in nature. On the other side, in terms of the focus of the manager's effort, the focus is about administering and making sure that every day to day activities are accomplished. So you notice that whereas leadership looks at the longer term picture of the organization, management looks at the shorter term, which means as a manager, your attention will be spent on we have 15 tasks, these have got to be done. Whereas leadership efforts will be geared towards making sure that people understand where you want the organization to go in 5 years, in 3 years, in 1 year, and in 10 years, right? Whether you want to go global, whether you want to introduce new products and services. That is in terms of the focus of the effort that you make. The second difference that I want you to appreciate is in terms of strategic direction. Now, leaders tend to think long term, which means they have to project their mind into the future so they can lead the team into the future. This way, they're able to prepare for the unknown. They're able to get the confidence of the team to say, yes, we do not know this market, but we are going to start selling our products in that market. That we want, this is a new machine, this is a new project, this is a new something. So basically, you are looking at new, you are looking at the long term, you are projecting into the future. This is the project of tomorrow, where the market conditions are going to change. And that's where you're going to focus your attention. So, in terms of strategic thinking, you're thinking long term. You're thinking, where is the world going? Where is your niche going? Okay? On the other side, managers focus on the short term. So, in a way, the managers think short term. They're involved, as we said previously, in the day to day operations of the company. So, if you're head of department, you just want to make sure the job gets done. If you're an accountant, head of accountants, making sure that the numbers are added up. If you're in education, you're making sure students get what they want. If you're into business, you just want to make sure there is delivery, right? Fulfillment is going on and undisturbed. Okay, so that's the second difference. So the first was focus of effort. The second is the strategic direction. Now let's look at the third. The third main difference between leadership and management is in terms of the risk appetite. For leaders, they are fond of taking calculated risks. Now, with calculated risks, what they do is they study the present environment and they see where the niche is going. They see where the customer journey is likely to be 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road. And they begin to develop new products to address those needs. They begin to adopt new sales techniques. They begin to explore new markets, right? So they go to take some risks and begin to do things that are different from how they've always been doing things. So that means as a leader, you need to be able to take risks, because if you don't take risks, it means you're going to stay in the comfort zone. And by being in the comfort zone, that means what's going to happen? You will remain stuck. So on the other side, managers are risk averse. And what do we mean by risk averse? What we mean is that the managers generally like to control risks. Rather than taking risks, they want to control risks. They don't like risks generally. And usually they do what they call risk mitigation processes. You say, okay, I'm part of an industry. What are the risks I'm facing right now? And what should me and my team do to make sure those risks do not affect us negatively? Okay, so those are the three main differences. So we talked about in terms of risk appetite, we talked about strategic direction, and we talked about the focus of effort. So then the question is, can a person be both a leader and a manager at the same time? Well, the quick answer is yes. However, what is important, as a CEO, for instance, you have to put on different hats. There are times when you have to put the visionary hat, okay? And in that case, you are functioning as a leader. You are putting on the leadership hat. But also there are times when you have to put the manager's role. It means the hat you have to put on is of a manager, where your focus is on the day-to-day concerns. However, the key point here is you got to be able to have a proper balance between understanding the need of the hour. So the question you should ask yourself, given the circumstance right now, what would work best? Do I have to lead? Do I have to lean towards more towards the area of leadership, or do I have to lean more towards the area of management? And that's important because the risk there is some managers, some CEOs focus too much on management, which means the day to day activity of the company. And they forget to lead the company into the future. We have seen companies, big companies, global companies, failing. Why? Because the leaders were focusing on management. They never led the team into the future. They never explored new markets. They never explored enough new products. They never anticipated the needs that are going to be coming in the niche. And so they got left out. And so, as a leader, as you are listening to me, my advice to you would be you need to seek leadership mentorship so that you know when to engage sort of your leadership gear, and then an appropriate time you also know when to engage your management gear so that you know what to do at the right time. So if this is an area where you're struggling with, I would like to, I would like you to reach out to us using the contacts that are down below. We are very, very happy to help you. Would like you to be a part of our success stories. And if you're joining us for the first time, I would like you to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell and share this video with your family, colleagues, with your teams, with your subordinates, and with whoever is important and you believe needs to take the leadership to the next level. I've also included some free resources down below at the bottom of this video so you continue to learn, because I believe that sharing is caring. And so continue to share. And then also, some of the resources will include important information that will help you understand what does it mean to be a high ticket leader. Because in my community, I train people, I mentor people to not just be ordinary leaders, but to become high ticket leaders. And so in these resources, you will get a lot of opportunities to grow from there and be the leader you've always wanted to be. And so now is your time to become a high ticket leader.